Do you find him again?
Yeah. His head is blocked though, so you can just see his tail. What a goober.
As the days get shorter and the year comes to a close, many of the birds begin to move. Long gone are the warblers and other migratory breeding birds, and in their place come a new set of species. During this time, many rare birds make their way into Wisconsin, particularly to cities along the Great Lakes such as Milwaukee. In late November, I followed a report of a rare duck in South Milwaukee to see if I could get a look. Right here is a Harlequin duck, and this was actually one of the easiest birds I've ever found. I just walked out of the car and it was right there with a couple of mallards in this stream, and this one is a female. The males are a little bit different color. They have more blue to their feathers, they have some copper tones, and they have a more bold defined white face mask. The females are a little more brown, but they still have the same pattern on their face with that white dot and a little bit of the white on the face by the bill. The Harlequin duck breeds on the Pacific coast of the United States, in eastern Canada, and in southern Greenland. During winter, many Harlequin ducks head southeast to the shores of New England. Along the way, some even end up in Lake Michigan. In their normal range, Harlequin ducks live in fast-moving streams and rocky coastlines where they feed on fish and aquatic invertebrates. They frequent areas with wavy waters and currents, such as the stream that this particular bird had found. It was incredibly cool to be able to see this bird and get such good looks at it. I got to see it preen, I got to see it relax, I got to see it forage for food. I don't think it can get much better than this. This is why I love birding. It's great to be out in the wilderness, in these cool places. This creek that's moving fast along this embankment that drops down is just such a beautiful thing to be around. Seeing the Harlequin duck in such a beautiful location was certainly a treat. After a few weeks of quiet in the Wisconsin bird world, another rarity was spotted at the Berner Botanical Garden. And the bird we're searching for today is the elusive Townsend Solitaire. The Berner Botanical Gardens are located in Hales Corners and contain many different displays of flowers and other plant species. The gardens are open from April until November and are an interesting attraction for visitors during that time. In December, the areas around the gardens still get a lot of traffic from people walking the nearby parks, including birders. In addition to the normal bird species, a Townsend Solitaire had been spotted in early December and then confirmed on a Christmas bird count. Having had many adventures searching for this species, I was excited to be able to have the chance to see it closer to home. This is the road that people have been walking up and down, and they've been looking to the side of this road at the fruit trees that are here, and that's what the Solitaire seems to be coming to get some food. I'm gonna walk this road and just kind of look at all the trees and see if I can spot it up in one of them, feeding or maybe singing, being on the lookout. After spending an hour walking up and down the road and scanning the fruit trees, I noticed two other birders looking at something up in the tree line. We have found the bird that we are looking for. The Townsend Solitaire is up in this tree. It wasn't actually me that found it. There was a couple of other ladies that I saw looking at something up in the tree, and it turned out to be the bird. You can see the white eye ring, the buffy wing patches, and the overall gray color. Really cool bird. Really glad that we were able to find it. The Townsend Solitaire is typically found in the western half of the United States, living at high elevations in mountainous areas. Each year, some birds migrate away from their breeding habitat in search of more abundant food sources. Most years, a handful of them are reported in Wisconsin, usually in areas with cliffs and higher elevation. During winter, Townsend Solitaires feed primarily on juniper berries, but will also eat other fruits. Feeling lucky after finding the Solitaire, Derek and I went into the heart of the city of Milwaukee a day later to see if we could come up with another rare bird. It took a day of checking different spots on the lake before we found one underneath the Milwaukee skyline. It's a little bit later in December and it's been unseasonably warm out today, and we decided to search Milwaukee to see if we could find any interesting birds, and we've come up kind of empty most of the day. The best thing we found is a ruddy duck. We found a couple of red-breasted mergansers, common mergansers, other usual stuff, and then we came upon this. We found this flock of gulls out here, and we searched through it, and lo and behold, we found a glaucous gull. Glaucous gulls breed in northern Canada, Greenland, and eastern Russia. Each winter, they migrate south to the coast of the United States and into the Great Lakes. This glaucous gull Derek actually found, and he was tucked in so you could just see the tail, and the primary wing feathers were all white, and the primaries were very short, so that's how we could tell it was a glaucous gull. The size was pretty large compared to what an Iceland gull would be, and he decided to stand up for a little while and give us kind of a show, I guess you could call it. But it's good to find at least one somewhat rare bird in Milwaukee today.
So if you're out and you see these flocks of gulls, the main thing that I look for is just scanning the wingtips, because the herring and the ringbill have black wingtips. So if you see one that's just all gray, then you know it's probably something different. Out here, the Icelands are about the same size as like a ringbill, and the glaucous are a little bit bigger. They kind of look like a T-Rex among raptors out there.
Do you find him again?
Yeah. His head is blocked though, so you can just see his tail. What a goober.
Oh yeah. For a while he went down and was behind a bunch of gulls, and you could only see the mantle, and you would never know he was there. While the winter can feel desolate, this often frigid environment is still home to many interesting animals. Even after fall migration has ended, rare birds find a way to turn up in the cities bordering the Great Lakes. Those of us lucky enough to live near those cities will continue to search for them. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding.
Out here, the Icelands are about the same size as like a ringbill, and the glaucous are a little bit bigger. They kind of look like a T-Rex among raptors out there.
Getting Jurassic.